Hi everybody, it's Claire from Room for Reflexology. Today I wanted to come on and chat about one of my most frequently asked questions, and that's, will it work for me? This is quite a difficult one because I believe in Gentle Touch Reflexology. I think it's the most amazing complementary therapy. It's truly holistic, and I've witnessed the difference that it can make to people's lives. But unfortunately, when somebody asks me that outright, I can't give a simple yes or no answer to that. And there are quite a few reasons for that. The main one really is that ethically, as a organisation, we can't make any claims for our therapies. We can't claim to cure, heal, we can't claim to diagnose anybody. So it's really important that right from the offset, people understand that that is never going to be the claim that I'm going to make. The second thing is that we're all unique. As human beings, we're all completely different, and we all interact with stimulants, treatments, therapies in different ways. Now, a really simple way of looking at that is even if you look at prescribed medication. Now, there are some people that will go on certain prescribed medication and it has an amazing effect for them. It can dramatically change their quality of life. But then you can get other people that will say, I took that and you know what, it didn't make any difference to me, or it made me feel really unwell, or I had really, really horrible side effects. So there you've got even a prescribed medication that can behave in very different ways with people's physical bodies. The other thing is about expectation. And I like to talk about that with clients when they either first book with me or when I have the first consultation with them, because it's what you want to get out of the therapy. Because all our bodies, again, are very different, our blueprints that we're working with are different, where you are in your life, the expectation of what I work with, say, a 3-year-old child could be very different with the expectation if I work with a 70-year-old person. Now, this is because when you are in your very early years of your life, you know, your cell renewal is really high, it's really rapid, and your bodies respond really quickly to things. That's why children can become quite poorly very, very quickly, but equally can become really well really quickly. You know that feeling where, you know, your child wakes up in the morning and says they're feeling unwell, and you're thinking, I've got to keep them off school, and then by lunchtime, they're bouncing around and you're thinking, I should have sent them to school. Because their response and their body's response is really fast. Whereas somebody that when they get into their post 50, your body starts to gradually slow down. Cell renewal is much slower. Your metabolic rate is starting to slow down. So your response to treatments can be quite different. And that's no different to the Gentle Touch Reflexology. So I can never predict when somebody contacts me where they're the point at which they are in their life. It's also about what you've already been exposed to. Now, somebody who's had a very healthy lifestyle, who may have been looking after themselves for years, you know, doing lots of exercise, very, very body conscious, where their body's at could be quite different to somebody who's maybe had a really hard life, you know, who may have been exposed to lots of toxic environments, you know, if they've been in the building trade or they've been exposed to pollutants that will be affecting their body. The way in which their body interacts with it is going to be quite different. So it is quite hard when somebody says to me, will this work for me? The other thing that's really important is that if you are ready to have Gentle Touch Reflexology, your body will be more conducive and more responsive to the treatment. And that's again why I never feel I want to treat somebody who either is resistant to it or maybe is not in the right frame of mind for it. Because I think the other thing is, and we can't underestimate the power of the mind, if in your head you're thinking, I'm not convinced this is going to work for me, or this isn't really what I want, then that will add a degree of resistance. And again, if any of you have watched some of my previous videos, you know, the power of the mind over what happens in our body is incredible. Our bodies will give in more sooner than our minds will. So it's really important that mentally you are fully engaged with the treatment as well. So if there is any kind of resistance, then there's a chance that you perhaps won't get maybe the outcome that somebody who's really ready for it and wants to embrace it. If you do have any further questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm more than happy to be contacted via email, text, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or even just pick up the phone and have a chat with me. If you do have any questions, I will do my level best to answer them. And hopefully, if you've watched this video, you'll get a sense now of why, if you do ask me, will this work for me? I can't with any huge confidence say to you yes or no, and that's for all the variety of reasons that I've explained in this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care of yourselves, and maybe at some point in the future I might get to meet some of you. Thanks again. Bye.